let's bring out some guests. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please give a warm... What are you doing?
What?
What are you doing?
Nothing.
What are they?
What do you mean, what are
Why
they?
have you got cue cards? You have never had cue cards in any show that we have ever done.
They're just some things I've just jotted
What
down.
things?
They're just some questions.
Questions for who?
For John Prescott.
Show me the questions. Show me
No,
the questions.
you are not going to have...
I want to see the questions.
You are not
asked
going to
the
have
questions.
them.
Give me the questions.
No,
Give me
just
the questions.
go and sit down. Go on, sit. I've got questions that I want to ask him, and they're written on these cards. You sit down and get on with the show. All right? I haven't got many, look.
I don't want you, like, ambushing him with some stupid questions.
No, I will ask him in
This
a
is
nice
a light
way.
entertainment show. This isn't news night.
No. Well, you can tell it's not news night. I mean, look at you. You are no Jeremy Paxman. Right, shall we get on with this now?
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please give a warm welcome to a pair that, quite frankly, it amazes me we haven't seen more of together. John Prescott and Noel Fielding! I think it's clear we've got a few John Prescott fans in the house tonight.
And who was that guy who shouted out about me? Where is he? Put your hand up. Oh, see you after.
Your Prescott groupie is over there. Well, thank you so much for coming onto the show. I'm glad we've dodged the bullet if you're wearing the same thing.
I cannot believe you didn't get the Venus flytrap onesie memo that I sent everyone.
This is a long shot. Have your paths intercepted before?
Yeah, we do salsa lessons together.
I think the answer is no.
No?
He seems all right. Just the gear he's got. But he couldn't walk in the House of Lords like that, could he?
No.
Hey,
But you have a big red gown.
You wear some pretty big clobber.
You are now a member of the House of Lords, John. What's the correct protocol as to how we should refer to you? Is it Lord Prescott, the Right Honourable?
Well, you get all these titles. I like to be called John. One of them's Baron. Can you imagine being called Baron at Christmas time when they're usually in a pantomime?
So we just call you John?
Yeah, just ordinary John.
How do you find being in the House of Lords? Because it doesn't strike me as a very John Prescott kind of place. It's quite stuffy?
I suppose it could be. It depends what you do yourself. I've continued with what I do with climate change, which I've been negotiating since 1997. So I have at least a political foot in the place that means I can still do the things that I wouldn't have been able to do if I wasn't in the political, either the Lords or the Commons. So it gives me that.
Such a politician's answer. I didn't understand any of it. About halfway through, I started thinking about ice cream.
Mr. Prescott, John, you are now a baron, even though in 2008 you categorically stated that you were against what you described as flunkery and titles. What changed your mind? I put it to you that it was because you were offered flunkery and titles and found them irresistible.
First of all, I said I was against elected House of Lords, and I still am. I'm in it. It allows me to politically operate. Is that all right, those two or three words?
I got that.
It allows me to politically operate on things that I wouldn't be able to do if I was outside the Parliament.
And it's not an interrogation. This is a friendly chat show, and that's why I don't
just had a couple of questions.
That's why I don't let you ask questions. I put it to you. John, I want to ask you about the Labour Party. We've got an election on the horizon. Do you think your beloved Labour Party is in good shape?
It could be in better shape, and I think it's working to it. It's seen that I've got to get over to people and convince them. Don't run, Ed, as a president. You won't win. Run as a party so people can understand what we stand for and what our values are.
Yeah. I know it's unfair to just talk about the punching, but it was an amazing moment. Do you have any regrets about the incident?
No.
What, you saw red and it was just...
Well, yeah, I've gone past this guy who's waiting there with the egg, and then he hits you with it. He's been holding it. All you feel is warm liquid running down your neck. Now, what do you think it is? I didn't analyse it. I just went in
Straight in.
exchanged a different point of view.
Well, how did the Prime Minister, Tony Blair, your boss at the time, how did he respond to you punching a man?
Well, it happened, and he was going into a television studios with Dimbleby, and Alistair was with him, and he came out of the studios and he said, "Thank God that's over. We can't have a day as bad as that. Nothing else can happen." To which Alistair said, "Prescott's just thumped a fella in Wales." And he said, "You mean the fella thumped John?" "No, no." And then his concern was, did anybody see it live on television? So he obviously rung me and said, "Why?" And I said, "Well, I just disagreed with the fella. He thumped me." And he said, "Yes," he said, "but in those circumstances, why did you do it?" I said, "I was carrying out your orders." He said, "What do you mean?" "You told us to connect with the electorate, so I did."
It's amazing. Noel, I want to talk to you about politics because a lot of comedians are getting involved in politics. Would you ever consider going into politics or, like, getting involved?
It's sort of the total opposite end of the sort of spectrum, isn't it? Because it's very serious, and then what we do is very silly. So it's hard to take comedians seriously when they want to have their say.
John, why do you think so many young people are apathetic towards politics at the moment?
Well, they didn't seem to be in Scotland, did they?
Yeah.
They did turn out, provided the politics is what they perhaps believe in and think that you're telling them is what you believe in. There is an important part about trust here, and that's what we have got to really get over to young people. And that's why we must convince them it's important for them to play a part and getting the politician to recognise the importance of it.
Also, if we get younger people involved and they egg you, it'll probably be a Kinder Egg. Quite soft, and you get a little treat inside.
Mr. Prescott, you presumably have many regrets from your time in office. But surely one thing you must be especially ashamed of was the introduction of that ridiculous bus lane at the London end of the M4.
You drive a car. Do you use buses? Do you use your bus pass? When I introduced the congestion charge in London, the idea was to reduce the amount of vehicles and make sure the money from the congestion charge could only go to improve public transport. And now we know the congestion is still great, but it has reduced it. The less accidents, less deaths. Sounds like a sensible policy to me, doesn't it to you?
Yes, sister.
The priority was given to public transport here,
Yeah.
and I think that was right.
But also taxis, which were not public, unless you were calling taxis public transport. You had
How's
to
the
pay
tour guide?
50 or
They are
60
public
pounds to
Well,
hire
I'm sorry.
them.
I'm sorry.
But it wasn't
they
your
are public
working
transport.
class
Finished, or we didn't
person
any-
staggering along the street trying to hail a taxi, was it? I mean, these are privileged... And most
Taxi!
and also, most of the...
Just let us know when you're finished.
We're finished. Points made.
Right. Points made. Right, OK. We can carry on with the show.
He's just a
give me the
selfish
cards.
motorist.
Give me the cards. Give me the cards. You're not asking John any more...
Oh,
You're
I
not asking
love those
John about
cards
weapons
alone.
of mass destruction. This is a light entertainment show.
Oh,
Means
I
you've
wanted
done
more.
that.
Right.
I like your socks.
Mr. Prescott, can you even begin to explain why your government thought it was sensible to sell our gold reserves?
Right, let's talk about relationships. John.